What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another experiment slash what if on Madden 18. Frosty Freitag said, make all the receivers have the lowest catching ratings, and I thought that was a decent idea. So we went with the team that had the lowest receiving yards on the season. Obviously, that doesn't mean they dropped the most passes, but the quote-unquote worst roster, wide receiver roster. Of course, Cameron Meredith was injured, and he actually looked like he had a lot of upside. Trubisky was, coming into his first season, and I don't even think, he wasn't like a full-on starter all year long, if I'm 100% sure. Obviously, first things first, we have to see how the team does normally. A team like the Bears, I would say, is probably 700, 800 yard max for any singular wide receiver. Obviously, with zero catching, you would think the catching would be zero. Like, every yard would be zero. But then what would that mean? Would there be no passing offense? I don't think that could be possible, I did look at it. I think it was ranked a 67 overall or 57 overall with the zero wide receiver or zero receiving catching stats for the tight ends as well, the fullbacks, the running backs. So no one should catch the ball at all. It should literally be all rushing yards. We'll see if that's the case or not. Probably not. 6-9-1, not the worst I've ever seen the Bears do. So yardage, 32nd offense, 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 16 picks. Receiving, 867, 968, 744, 450, 378. Were there drops? Do they not show the amount of drops on a season, really? Okay, that makes no sense to me at all. But we know that, so now we are going to, obviously we got to see who wins the Super Bowl, right? Every time. Oh my God. I said every so many times, I almost exploded there. The Eagles and the Steelers, all right. The Steagles. That's a pretty cool name, huh? The Steagles? Someone's definitely got that as their gamer tag, clearly. The Eagles win. That's all I need to know. The Packers had 2 ties. Of course, here we are on the zero catching team. Question mark? Did I forget to change someone? Or does Bellamy? Yeah, I knew something was up because Bellamy was way higher than he probably should have been. I must have just completely forgot to do the in traffic and all that. So you can see, obviously, every receiver with bad catching is going to be at about a 50, maybe 60 overall if they're lucky. Well, I guess to be fair, most of them probably would be a little bit better because route running and all that's important. But Cameron Meredith is the highest overall at a 46 overall. Tight ends, 64 overall. A lot of blocking is, big XP for, or not XP, but overall for receivers and or tight ends specifically. And here, no catching here, but it doesn't really affect the running backs too much. But let's see, because we know it was, 3,500 yards passing. The whole works. Actually, I want to see hashtag thumbnail. Am I right? Thumbnail. I haven't had Cameron Meredith on the thumbnail ever. Let's go to the playoffs and see. Kevin White didn't really have to change his stats too much. Hey. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to expect here. I expect like 400 or 500 yards, but realistically, like I said, if the catching stats are all 1 and 0, shouldn't be any catches. We'll see if that's the case. When we did the interception, what is it called? The interception thingy, the experiment, there was 0 picks, if I'm not mistaken. There was no picks on the team, so that was very realistic. EA actually implemented it. If you have 0 catching, you're not going to pick the ball off. I wonder how it affect the kick returning as well. So we see here 4-12. That's a much better record than I thought they were going to. Wait, what were the Packers? 9-6-1 was the MVP, really? So passing yards down about 700. Rushing, Jordan Howard was slightly better. Receiving. So we can see here that EA, obviously the numbers are lower. Meredith was like 870 or something, and then Bellamy was like 8 or 936 or something like that. We see the numbers are down, but are they really, considering the catching is so low? The catching is so low, and yet they still caught decent passes. You could see the catch per, there's a pretty decent yardage. 19.2 per catch. You got 13.2, 11.8, 11.8. Those aren't bad numbers. So I don't know why. Like, basically, they dropped the ball a lot, I would assume. But they were still pretty on par. So catching doesn't really matter. It's about the overall, if I'm not mistaken here. So defensively, catching, it factors in the picks 100%. But for offense, receiving-wise, catching doesn't matter. I mean, we could see that there, that clearly that's not what the stats should be. Every single guy has 0 catching. Huh. So that's an interesting one. I kind of want to do, like, maybe a running back one next. I don't know what I would do, though. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for that. Once again, 30-second offense. Defense, what is that ranking going to be? 13th. So we will go on and see who wins the Super Bowl, of course. It's going to probably be a little bit shorter video. I probably should have mentioned it, but assuming this comes up the day I want it to, later today anyways, I was supposed to have a Draft Champions video. It was like a 45, 50-minute recording, and when I was done with it, I clicked to end it. The software, it corrupted. It said, this program is not responding. Do you want to wait? I waited for a good 5-10 minutes, constantly clicking, wait for the program to respond, wait for it to respond. Didn't respond, so I lost the footage. Obviously, I deleted the audio because it's pretty much irrelevant. But it was Draft Champions. Wasn't much to see, though. We did lose by like 12 or 18. We did a draft as well. I suppose I'll show you that. I mean, it's not for me trying to get to 10 minutes. I'm obviously not going to get to 10 minutes in this. You're probably going to see me, show this team again, obviously, when we do proper Draft Champions. We did lose the team we drafted. Sorry, it's kind of off topic, and a lot of people are probably like, I don't care about Mutt. Throw that away. That's the team we drafted. Sucks that was supposed to come up today, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks again, Frosty, for the suggestion. If you guys have any suggestions just like Frosty and you want them in the video, let me know. I'm pretty much not willing to do every single one. There's some that I don't want to do. But for the most part, if I think they're okay and no one's done them, or I just think they're okay and need to be done by us, I'll do them. So let me know in the comment section, what if, experiment, rebuild challenge, rebuild team ideas. I'm really hoping that the, what is it called? I can't think of what I'm trying to say here. That the glitch gets patched soon, because I really want to do a fantasy rebuild, but I just can't be bothered taking that long to make trades. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!